Today, Precarious plays
Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. I've got good news and I've got bad news. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Oh, it never matters.
It kinda does, because I can't proceed until you pick one. Rule 1 of improv. Don't know me. Don't shrug.
I want the bad news.
The bad news is I couldn't reproduce whatever caused the computer to crash the last time we were playing.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried going into that room. That didn't cause it. I tried sort of running around the city for about the same amount of time and then coming back to that room. Didn't crash it again. So maybe it was a one-off fluke that will only... 12? That will only impact 1 out of every 12 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we're boned. The good news is I took time to sort through my inventory a little bit and spend some of my points.
Mm-hmm.
I kept enough held in reserve that I can dump 2 points into implanted rebreather or 2 points into reflex booster.
Mm-hmm.
The next time I encounter one of the situations that those OGs are relevant for.
Got it.
Problems?
Nothing I can't handle. We're just waiting on chicane.
So tell me about this new lead then. The Intellicam footage.
State police dropped it off this morning, badly corrupted. But Cheng worked his magic and managed to recover some images. They show an org in a yellow hoodie, dropping bags where each bomb went off.
You ran facial recognition? You got an ID?
Couldn't see his face. But the bags are the same ones used by Talos Rucker and his aid workers in the Utilec complex.
That's a stretch.
3 bombings in Prague in 6 months, Jensen. All of them after the leader of ARC took up residence in that ghetto. Rucker needs to answer for these attacks. Here's chicane now.
Am I late? Are you too early?
You're right on time. Agent Jensen was just agreeing that we need to bring Rucker in.
Quick snatch and grab. Should be easy enough.
So we've already decided he's guilty?
We just need to talk to him on our terms, not when he's surrounded by fanatics. Getting into Gollum isn't the problem. Reaching Rucker is. ARC territory is fiercely defended. No one sets foot in there.
Not even the state police?
They can't.
Rucker wasn't forced into Gollum City. He bought his way in.
Blackmailed would be more apt. He threatened to go public with evidence of a humanitarian crisis. One that the United Nations Security Council had swept under the rug.
Got them to force the Czech government to hand over part of the Utilec complex to him. A little bit of hush real estate, so to speak.
He stays quiet and guarantees safety for himself and his followers. Smart. So how do I get in?
I've made a deal with an ARC prospect named Tibor Sokol. Promised to get his family out of the complex, so long as he gets you past ARC's checkpoints.
You trust him?
We have to. It's that or nothing. Sokol will meet you at an apartment in the housing district. Number 237. Any questions?
I want to know more about this guy.
Yeah.
You ask me. Rucker sounds more like a savvy politician than a terrorist.
These days, the lines tend to be blurred.
But Rucker was a highly respected doctor, with no military training. What am I missing here?
Rucker is a man of deeply held convictions, with an unshakable belief in his own righteousness. Doesn't take much to push a man like that to terrorism.
Man's a zealot.
He's a suspect. Just bring him in.
Okay.
You really believe ARC is responsible for these attacks? For all of them?
Ark has had the means, motive, and opportunity every time.
Even Dubai? Rucker and the Coalition are still confined to Gollum City. They have a heavy police presence keeping an eye on them.
Gollum isn't a concentration camp. You grease the right palms, you can get the papers you need to come and go.
I find that hard to believe.
So get me the evidence to prove otherwise. Get to Talus Rucker and bring him in, Agent.
Let's get this over with.
Let me know when you've got Rucker.
Goddamn, Jensen. Every time I look at you, I can't believe the amount of jewelry you've got on. Tell me, how's that aftermarket shit working out for you?
Never better. Maybe you should reconsider. What with that limp?
Nah, I like my limp. Keeps me honest. You ready to light out?
I don't like this situation very much.
I don't actually think he's been that sassy with us.
You don't?
No.
You're my only backup on this one. Before we leave, I'd like to know you've actually got my back.
Trust me, I flew 10 years in the SAAF and 5 in the private sector moving corporate heads. And in all that time, I've never lost a fare.
Alright.
How many years with TF-29?
2, which is a year and a half longer than you from what I understand. So you want to keep talking resumes, waste more of our time? Or will you trust me to get the job done?
I mean, sure, do we have anything to do?
If there's anything that we haven't done, I don't know about it, and it's sort of obscured. I think that one of the problems with coming back to the central hub so many times is that it does make me uncertain of when certain side quests become available, you know?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Good. Strap in.
We're probably free to talk again for a bit. The place we're going is incredibly depressing.
Great.
Yeah.
I thought we were already there.
No.
More depressing than having to stop at every
Yes.
public transit system and show somebody ID.
Yes.
Great.
Interesting pre-game ritual you've got there. You getting pissed enough to end this guy yet?
I got a no-kill order.
Is that right? Would have thought he'd done enough to warrant extreme prejudice.
How far out are we?
Coming up on it now.
I appreciate that they put the resources in to make Adam the pre-rendered version of him, which I'm pretty sure this is what this is. Better match the in-game model, because that's one of the, I think, one of the bigger flaws with the presentation in the Human Revolution.
Oh, man. Yay, worse. Yay.
Yep.
Worse.
But, like, narratively, so much worse. But, again, just the environment is a new kind of interesting.
I guess. Oh, delightful, we landed in the trash.
Got all your parts together?
I'm fine. How close did you get me to our contact's location? Housing Unit 237.
Jesus, Jensen. I didn't put you on his doorstep. Residential sector should be just ahead of you. Me, I'm gonna switch to autopilot, have a coffee. Let me know if things get interesting.
Ooh,
And that's the guy we're here for.
okay.
It's nice of them to put it right at the start, you know?
What is the trash around here?
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm curious as to what people throw out, and it looks like foodstuffs and baggies.
Yeah, probably lots of food that will fit on like an aid helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Or will store well in like a cargo dropship. That kind of thing, you know?
Looks like everybody's cold and slightly sick.
Yeah.
Yay. Move it along. I don't care to stare at this misery. That's so bad.
Well, I mean,
it's well detailed, but...
One thing that I'm trying to... I think one of the things that I don't like is that in order to... in order to highlight the situation here compared to like the first game, nobody seems to be like, I'm just gonna like put shoes on.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't like how wet everything is. Some people are wearing shoes. What is Neuronex?
Maybe like a generic neuroprosine?
Maybe. What is...
Or an associated chemical? Jensen doesn't have to take anything, but maybe other people have to take more than just neuroprosine, and the game just doesn't really talk about it because that would just create like a laundry list of sort of science fiction chemicals you'd have to remember.
Yeah.
You must submit to an identification scan.
Of course.
Security scan. Welcome to Golem City, Clank.
Wonderful. What a delightful place.
Yeah. That's great.
That's really good. Wait, look at the poster. It's over.
Yeah.
Yay! Stock photo.
I was at the pit just now. Did you hear what happened?
Well...
Ooh. How do we get out of here? How much time do we have to spend here?
It is technically like a mission space.
Uh-huh.
In the same way that like Dubai was at the start of the game.
Uh-huh.
But it is large enough to also kind of function as a town. Because I'm pretty sure that there are like storefronts and stuff.
There's poop. Poop on there.
All of these are prefab houses.
Yeah, I get that.
And they have slipped off in a way that is tenuous.
It reminds me of what is the name of that book? It's not one of my favorite books, but I did read it. And it is famous. I think it's like, is it Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Okay, so that book, like most of the people on Earth live in what they call the stacks, and it's much like this. Little trailers stacked up and stacked up and stacked up and falling down and caving in on each other, and nobody cares. Which is why the virtual environment that most of the story takes place in is so important. Because it's kind of the bread and circuses of keeping people chill in that type of environment. Ugh. Is this stressing me out? I don't even know what to say.
You people. Now what? What other lies have you come to tell me?
I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm here to see Sokol. He's expecting me.
Which one? My husband Dushan or his foolish brother Tibor? I guess it doesn't matter which one. The police took them both to the Narrows to torture them for information they do not have.
Okay, let's sympathize with this poor person. Gosh.
It's been a rough day, especially here, I can see that. But maybe I can help. What happened?
Like you care. My husband is gone. Tibor said he had a way of getting us out of Golem City. A contact with... Wait. Who are you?
I'm the contact.
And I would be the contact.
And maybe there is a chance.
Thought they were
There's always a chance.
spewing bullshit.
I'm sorry. Normally they only take ARC members. Tibor is ARC. He has been taken before. But now, after the bombing, they come for Tibor. Dushan, he asks why, and then they take my Dushan. He has done nothing. Nothing.
Do you know where they were taken?
I told you already. The Narrows. Instead of asking stupid questions, why don't you do something? Don't just stand there. They need help. Please.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's go.
So, hold on. She said that they were both taken to the Narrows?
Yeah, at least that's the impression I got.
But Dushan was taken because his brother wasn't here. Maybe she's just assuming that he's already been caught. Because this is... Waiting for me in a residential section. Housing unit 237. Okay, no. So they did. This is old. This is... Right. This is a check mark. Okay. Alright. Yeah, you know, let's just take a break. Let's figure out what we're gonna focus on while we're here, I guess.
Coping mechanisms. I don't like the places you've taken me.